Hello everybody, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a little bit since I've done a video. I think according to YouTube it's been like 7 days. Yeah, a lot has been going on and I just haven't been either up to doing any videos, or I've basically had to move. As you can see, kind of with what's behind me here, it looks a little bit different. I know, according to the color on the video, this looks like the same color wall, but it's not. It's actually gray. So yeah, I've moved. I'm on my own again. Great. I love it. So yeah, um, it was time either way. I feel that's kind of how I'm treating it, as actually not kind of, that's exactly how I'm treating it as, is it's basically, spirit saying, you know what, it's time, and I'm taking it as that, and time to move forward with my life, with the things that I really want to do. Like, for instance, being able to get my yoga certification. I definitely want to see about doing that. I also want to get certified doing Tai Chi, also doing Reiki, and aromatherapy. So, yeah, it's I'm going to be seeing about doing that here soon, hopefully. Well, I don't want to say hopefully because I know it'll happen. In divine right timing, it'll happen. So, so yeah, that has happened. Also, another thing that I had been dealing with the side effects with the albuterol, leg cramps. Horrible, horrible leg cramps. Basically my legs and my feet, even the arches in my feet, and even one of my ankles. It was really weird. I never had gotten a cramp in my ankle before. Really strange. But yeah, basically they were like this, for like about 3 days, and total just, yeah, uh, leg cramps, after, or yeah, basically sore legs afterwards, and they just kept cramping up. Still yet, had even a little bit yesterday when I was doing the move. So, but yeah, and then unfortunately, I had something happen with Possum where she almost escaped, and yeah, I went chasing after her, and of course, that wound up flaring everything up in here, and yeah, so it's like, okay, I know where I'm at least. I did get back to doing my yoga this morning, which felt great. It's awesome. I love it. It was basically like picking up right where I left off, for the most part. So, but yeah, these last few days before the actual move, I've been trying to take it a little bit easy, give my legs opportunity to heal, to rest and to heal. So that has helped a lot. So, yay! I know. Definitely moving forward. So I thought I would catch you all up with all of that. I've also been keeping up with, the cleanup efforts that have been happening over there on the east side with Hurricane Helene. That's been, I know, that it's been heartbreaking to watch. It's just muck everywhere, muck, and of course road closures because roads got washed out completely, bridges are gone, so on and so forth. I mean, it's just awful. So if you haven't been following this one account on Instagram, it's called Southern Reverie. They've been posting a lot of stuff up on their stories. They have a category called Helene, and yeah, it's just, yeah. But you know what? It's helping to bring communities together. Yeah, there have been some instances where people have been kind of icky and so forth. It's going to happen, I mean, look what we went through with the pandemic. So yeah, it's going to happen. But for the most part, it's been helping to bring communities together, and just helping each other out with with the cleanup efforts. Also, we're trying to help get supplies in to people who can't have absolutely no way to get anywhere because of all the, either the roads are washed out, the bridges are gone, or trees in the roads, so on and so forth. People who just absolutely have no access to anything. I know that there's been a lot of efforts with helicoptering. I know, I was trying to think, what's the word? Helicoptering people, supplies in, and so on and so forth. It's just been really tough for those people. So yeah, go over there to that account. That's again, that's on Instagram. It's called Southern Reverie. They've been posting a lot of stuff in their stories up underneath category of Helene. So yeah, definitely go check all that out. It's just, yeah. So, but at least they're making progress. So that's what's going to matter most. And unfortunately, of course, if you were in hopes you could go to the Blue Ridge Parkway to see the fall colors, not happening this year. It's all completely shut down this year by the Park Service because it's gone. I mean, there are sections of that road that's gone, and that's not just North Carolina. It's also going up into Virginia. So I know it's devastating, and the fall colors in on Virginia, North Carolina are just beautiful. I know. So, but one place you can still go to see fall colors, of course, you can go out to New England, but beware of crowds. But if you don't want to be dealing with crowds, another really good area to go to is down there in Hampton Roads, Virginia. Williamsburg is gorgeous. Suffolk, that's Suffolk. We pronounce it Suffolk, just like Norfolk, even though it's spelled Norfolk. Okay, I know. I get it all the time living out here. It's like, what? It's like, well, this is the way we pronounce it. But those are beautiful areas to go to see beautiful fall colors, especially more towards the end of the month. Will really be in full swing. So right there around Halloween, especially my birthday, I always enjoyed that, and I miss it in many ways. So, but those are really, really good places if you want to still try and catch some fall colors. Those are really good places to go to. So, but anyway, Miss Possum, actually, I just seen her go. This is basically a studio apartment that I'm in. She has been slowly making her way out of the bed and kind of moseying around, checking things out and so forth. So that's good. I know she, with her anxieties, it can uh, moves can be a little traumatizing for her, but she's doing okay and so forth. And I just seen her moseying on out and everything. So. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me and what's been going on with Helene and everything. Especially, yeah, a little bit of a like cramp there from doing my yoga. It's like, okay, trying to work on things with stretching out those muscles still. But I am a firm believer in yoga stretches when it comes to adding that at least to any sort of physical therapy routine that you might be doing, or if you don't have any sort of physical therapy regimen that you're doing, like with your doctor or something like that. I'm a firm believer in yoga stretches, as long as you're targeting, and you can research this yourself out there on the internet. Just start searching around. Okay, with wherever you're having problem areas, like if you're having problems with your legs, maybe muscle cramps or tense muscles or varicose veins or whatever, the case may be, research some stretches, some yoga stretches that you can do that will target your legs. A good one for us ladies who deal with uterine fibroids. Even though I'm going through menopause, I'm still getting a lot of that cramping and everything, and I think it's probably because of the fibroids that I had to deal with throughout my adult life. I a really good one for that is the plank position. And it just helps stretch it right out. Oh, and it feels so good. Oh, it really felt good this morning after not doing any yoga stretches for a while. So a really also another thing too is that you don't necessarily have to the stretches that you may find might be a good starting point, but you could change it up a little bit as well to suit whatever um, area that you might be trying to target. Like for instance, with myself, I have back here and my spine, my C6 and C7 are impacted from a car accident that I was in 7 years ago. So one of the things that I do is the crane pose, and with the crane pose, you're supposed to keep your arms all the way out or what have you, and kind of like a bird, like you're flapping your wings or whatever. But what I do is when I bring up my arms, I go up here and impact like this. And then when I come back down, stretch it all out. And that just helps stretch it all right out and cracks it all right back into place. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking at doing any sort of like personal physical therapy or whatever, for anything that you're really wanting to work on, to help it make improvements. So, and that's one of the types of yoga that actually I really want to see about getting into, because I have over the years, not just with everything with my chest, but also, of course, with that, and of course now I'm dealing with everything with my legs. It was actually the car accident that got me started with doing yoga. It was a friend of mine, actually a few years before, had bought me an ebook on yoga for like meditation practices, and I was just, unfortunately, of course, modern medicine could only get you so far, or get me so far, and then it was like, okay, well, there's nothing much more that we can do for you. So I started looking at alternatives. I started with the, uh, and not herbal, but essential oils. I was like, what the heck am I trying to think here? Like some essential oils or what have you, to put on back here, because unfortunately, like things like Biofreeze or Bengay or what have you, it was irritating because it's nerve endings that's back there, that's basically being exposed. And that menthol that they put in those, it really hurt. But I was reading about arnica, eucalyptus, what else? Oh, magnesium oil and peppermint oils being anti-inflammatories. So I started using those back there, and they helped. It really helped to relieve that pressure. But then I had, things back here in the back of my head and up there in the hairline, which of course I can't get into. And that's when I started using the lavender, rose, and pine essential oils. And then for my chest, I was just using the lavender and the rose. Especially, I'm finding more and more that the rose is really helping me that much more. The lavender, great, of course, with putting right directly on. But when I'm out and about or what have you, and all of a sudden I get an irritation, I'll just take the bottle itself and just kind of whip it up underneath my nose, and it just kind of helps calm things down. And I find that depending on the circumstance, like there was this one night where the rose was a little bit more beneficial. It's not as harsh, so it was a little bit more beneficial. And the nice thing with the rose one that I use, it's already pre-mixed in jojoba oil, so I don't have to worry about if I want to take it and actually apply it. I don't have to worry about any irritation or what have you, because unfortunately with essential oils, if they're not pre-mixed, then you're basically taking the essence essential, okay? Essential oil, basically it's the essence of the plant and putting it right directly on your skin. So it's basically, it would be like taking straight pollen and putting it right directly on your skin. And if you have an allergic reaction to it, it's my understanding you can't use it again. So, or it could wind up being detrimental if you did. So yeah, those are the things to be. That's the sorts of things that I really want to see about getting into, helping people with like disabilities and so on and so forth. You know, with helping through making improvements basically, especially if, yeah, especially if modern medicine it only takes you so far, what have you. Personally, I feel that it's a combination. Okay, you can't just rely on one or the other. The body basically, it really is an amazing machine. It has the ability to heal itself, but it needs the help in order for it to be able to do that. And that's where both modern medicine and homeopathic remedies come into play to help to give the body what it needs to be able to at least heal itself, to at least to a certain point. Obviously there's some things that it's not going to happen. um, but at least you could have a better managed lifestyle, let's put it that way. Okay, and that's what I would really want to see about helping people to be able to do. And also I want to be able to also do meditation, yoga therapy as well, because I have seen the benefits at least with myself of meditation, using yoga for meditation, or even not just the poses, but when as far as like what we think of with traditional yoga. I'm also talking about like with when you're just sitting perfectly still and having those guided meditations. So those are the sorts of things that I want to be able to do. Okay. And also that brings in with the Tai Chi at some point. But I want to start with the yoga, partly because it's the classes that I have found a little bit cheaper. Actually, it's a lot cheaper, and the requirements aren't as much. Whereas with the Tai Chi, especially with school that I want to see about attending, it's going to be a bit on the expensive side. So start with one and then work over to the others. So I know the aromatherapy and the Reiki classes are typically not very expensive, so those ones I could probably knock out one payment or something like that. But got to get to that point. I just like I said at the start of the video, I just had the move and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's going to be some financial rebound with all of that. So but yeah, this I'm actually thinking positive. Yeah, there were moments yesterday where my brain just wanted to go, oh my gosh, what did I do or whatever. But then it's like, no, you're grateful. You are grateful for opportunity. You are grateful for everything Spirit has been doing for you, especially here lately, because it's been tough, nerve-wracking and everything. But yeah, I am very, very grateful that everything that Spirit has been doing for me, and I'm very grateful for my guardians and my guides for helping me as well, for being around me and helping me as well. Very, very grateful. So power, that's the power of faith, power of trust. And that is the biggest thing that I have had to struggle with, to work through, is that trust. That's very, very difficult for me, but I've learned how to trust, and it's a beautiful thing once you do. So anywho, I know I'm kind of rambling a little bit here and so forth, but at the same point, I know that there's a lot that I have had to catch up on and everything. So as soon as I can find her, I don't know if she's come back in here and crawled up underneath the bed again or not, or if she's out exploring. I'll try and get some more pictures for and or video for you guys, and that way you can see her, because I know most of you are subscribers, and that way you can see her. I know, because she's such a cutie. She's such a sweetie, such a cutie and sweetie. I know. So, anywho, I love you guys. I appreciate all of your support and sending positive energy. Make sure you send all that positive and protective energy out there to everybody who's dealing with all that mess with Helene, and also Christine. I think that was her name, or Christina. I don't even remember the hurricane's name anymore. The one that was down there in the Gulf, and I know that they're also going to be battling yet another one. I think it's Malik or something like that. Yeah, last I had heard, it was heading straight for Florida. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be too terribly bad. So, anywho, yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate yous, and I will talk at you soon. All right.